Welcome, Grizzly Nation. I'm Parker Bell, joined here tonight at the Goffstown Allard Center with my co-worker and cameraman tonight, Adam McCune. Tonight we're going to be covering the Goffstown High School Division II swim meet. Our first event tonight is the girls' 200-yard medley relay. This relay consists of 4 girls, each swimming a different stroke, one time down to the end of the pool and back. Just a tidbit of knowledge for tonight. One length of the pool is 25 yards. So if you hear a 25, it's going to be one length of the pool. If you hear a 50-yard, it's going to be one length of the pool and back to the block. And so on and so forth, counting by 25. The first stroke that will be swum tonight is the backstroke. It's one of the 4 swims that will be done in this relay. This is heat 1 of heat 2. And they're off, folks. In lane 3 is the Merrimack team. Looks like Merrimack has a very big lead for the first leg of this relay. And here comes their second swimmer. First was the backstroke, now we're into the breaststroke. Into the turn, returning back to the block. Merrimack is getting ready to send in their third swimmer, which will be the butterfly, and she's off. At this point, Merrimack has a very big lead on the other 2 teams, which one of the other teams is a Merrimack team. So Merrimack has 2 relay teams in this event. And the other is Dover. Merrimack's getting ready to send out their last swimmer, which will be the freestyle, and she's off. The last leg of the race is a dash. You swim as fast and as hard as you can to get down to the end of the pool and back to the block. Merrimack has a very big lead. And Merrimack has won the relay with a time of 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Dover and the second Merrimack relay seem to be finishing up. And it looks to me as if Dover is going to take second. Dover takes second with a time of 2 minutes 49 seconds. And Merrimack finishes off with a time of 2 minutes 56 seconds. As we enter the second heat of this event will be your Goffstown Grizzlies, consisting of Grace Danielson, Justine Watterson, Lydia Barrett, and Abby Poisson. And they're off into the backstroke. Goffstown is in lane 4. And I believe it's Grace Danielson leading us off with the backstroke. Into the flip turn, she turns around and heads back towards the block. Seems to be a pretty tight race at this point. It's kind of early in the race, you can't really decide who's going to win. All the teams get ready to send in their second swimmer. And they're off. Goffstown seems to be one of the last to send in the swimmer, but not the exact last. This is now the breaststroke. Goffstown is currently in third, but there's definitely more time. Goffstown wants a chance at winning this. They really need to make up some time. Merrimack sends out their third swimmer, and so does Dover. Followed by Goffstown. Merrimack and Dover into the flip turn. Goffstown into the flip turn and back. Goffstown really needs to make up some feet if they really want to win this relay. Dover sends out their final and last swimmer. Just a freestyle. Merrimack sends out their last swimmer. Goffstown sends out their last swimmer. Dover has a very big lead, and they've just finished with a time of 2 minutes, 6 seconds. That's relatively fast. Merrimack takes second with a time of 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Looks like Goffstown is going to take fourth with a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Up next, we have the boys 200-yard medley relay, consisting of 4 boys, 4 different strokes. And they're off. As soon as we jump in this, Dover swims ahead with a relatively large lead into the flip turn. Goffstown right now, I believe, is in lane 5, always towards the top of your screen. Dover sends out their second swimmer into the breaststroke. Goffstown's lagging behind just a little bit. Harrison Blondo, the junior, dives in. The Dover team and the Merrimack team are tied currently, but Dover has 2 relay teams. One has a very large lead. Dover and Merrimack send out their third swimmer into the butterfly. Goffstown sends out their third into the butterfly. Relays seem to be a little tough for the Goffstown team tonight. Dover wins the relay with a time of 1 minute, 26 seconds, which is very fast. Merrimack hits second with a time of 1 minute 34 seconds. Goffstown hits third with a time of 1 minute 42 seconds. My apologies, that is not correct. They just sent in their last swimmer. Merrimack finishes up. Goffstown takes fourth with a time of 2 minutes, 12 seconds. My apologies. As we head into the girls' 200-yard freestyle. There are 2 heats to this event. Goffstown has a swimmer in the second heat. In the first heat, we have swimmers from Merrimack and Dover. Three swimmers from Merrimack, 1 swimmer from Dover. As we look over the heat sheet tonight, there seems to be 22 events. Okay, as the swimmers take their blocks. And into the 200-yard freestyle we go. Starting out very smoothly for all 4 teams. All 4 swimmers, I should say. Into the flip turn. Merrimack's the first one in the flip turn. The 2 Merrimack teams and the Dover team seem to be just very, very close at this point. Merrimack again is into the flip turn ahead of Dover and their other team. As they approach the block again, this will be their 100 mark. They have to do another down and back and another down and back. So about 4 more lengths of the pool. Who we're looking at right now is Merrimack's Stazel Wojak. I probably butchered her name. She's in lane 3 and she's got a considerable lead on the other Merrimack team and Dover team. Just a couple rules. In a relay or any race, if you touch the bottom of the pool at any time and the official sees it, you are disqualified. Wojak goes into her fourth down and back, along with Dover and the other Merrimack team following closely behind. Wojak goes into the last flip turn. Teammates encouraging her. Followed by Dover and Merrimack. Wojak finishes with a considerable lead at a time of 2 minutes, 37 seconds for the girls' 200-yard freestyle. Followed by Dover, Merrimack, and the final Merrimack team swimmer. I guess you could say we're diving into the second heat. of the girls' 200-yard freestyle. And they're off. Goffstown's Lydia Barrett is in lane 5, second from the top of your screen. Along with John Stark's Sarah Ferguson in the 4th lane. First into the flip turn, Kate Edwards of Dover. Seems that Sarah Ferguson and Kate Edwards are almost neck and neck as they both go into their flip turns. Followed closely by Hannah White and Lydia Barrett of Goffstown. Edwards goes into her 3rd flip turn. Ferguson and Edwards, still a very small margin between them. Edwards goes first into the flip turn. Followed closely by Hannah White and Iris Clemens of Dover. Kate Edwards first into the flip turn, halfway down the pool. That margin between Ferguson and Edwards is slowly getting bigger and bigger. Let's see if Ferguson can close that gap up. Edwards first into the flip turn again, followed by Ferguson and White. Iris Clemens and Lydia Barrett are tied as they come into the flip turn. And Kate Edwards wins. Edwards finishes with a time of 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Goffstown's Lydia Barrett finishes with a time of 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Now we're heading into the boys' 200-yard freestyle. Goffstown's Alex Astano is swimming in this event. 3rd lane. And they're off. Very nice starts from all 4 swimmers. Wow, and Goffstown's Alex Astano first into the flip turn. I've never seen Alex swim before, but he looks like he's a very, very strong swimmer as he builds a margin between him and the Merrimack swimmer next to him. Astano building that margin slowly but surely. It's growing larger and larger by the second. Merrimack's Gavin Roby closely in second. Astano into the flip turn, making that gap larger and larger. Astano into the flip turn. Very, very strong swimmer. Cheered on by teammates at the end of the pool. That margin between Astano and the Merrimack swimmer is growing very large, where it's almost half a pool length. Astano into the flip turn. One of the main goals in swimming is to build a margin large enough so if you do tire out, they don't have enough room to catch up to you. Goffstown's Alex Estano takes first with a time of 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Coming in closely for second, Gavin Roby of Merrimack and Dover's Noah Albinian. And Merrimack finishes in second. Now we have the girls' 200-yard IM. As they take the block, John Stark's Anna Ishak takes the block in lane 4, and they're off. First, the butterfly. Dover quickly gains a lead over Ishak. Into the flip turn they go. The IM is kind of like a relay. There's one girl, but they do 4 different strokes, each for 50 yards. Dover's Al Beauregard into the backstroke along with Ishak. Beauregard into the flip turn. And Ishak into the flip turn. Followed by Merrimack's Kaylee Thistle. Beauregard seems to be making a large margin between her and Anna Ishak as they both go into the flip turn, into the breaststroke. Goffstown offering words of encouragement. Beauregard into the flip turn. Ishak into the flip turn. Ishak's closing up that margin, which is good. Slowly but surely, but the question is, will she be able to make it in the last leg, the freestyle? Beauregard into the freestyle. Ishak into the freestyle. That margin seems to be slipping away in favor of Beauregard. As Beauregard wins it. With a time of 2 minutes, 27 seconds.
How you doing, Parker?
Hey, Adam. Thank you for joining us.
I jumped on the mic here. This is a lot of fun. I'm just kind of watching this as a first-time spectator and being on the camera here. This is it's a huge event. There's so many schools here. There's so many kids here. It's incredible.
Yeah, we have about 5 teams here tonight, all from over the state of New Hampshire. And I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you, it's a great sport. I swam last year for Goffstown. Didn't get the chance to swim this year for them, but I can still come out and support the team by working with you and covering the swim matches.
Your expertise is greatly appreciated because we would be lost just watching this without any help.
I don't know if I would call it expertise, but it's somewhat knowledgeable.
Well, you know the difference between a butterfly and a freestyle.
Yeah.
That's enough right there.
Okay, as we dive into the boys' 200-yard IM. Sorry for my puns.
Don't ever apologize for your puns. Come on.
Okay. And they're off. Elliot Anderson from Goffstown is in lane 4, second from the top of your screen, into the butterfly. Wow, and he seems to be very strong in butterfly.
So this is another one of those where they do 50 meters of each?
50 yards of each, yes.
50 yards of each.
Evan Whaley and Elliot Anderson tied as they're at the block, tied as they go into the flip turn. And into the backstroke they go. Both seem like very strong swimmers.
So in an event like this where they're doing these different strokes, is there any sort of thought process to like which one is stronger and how much they practice the other ones?
What do you mean by practice other ones?
Well, obviously they're going to be better at freestyle or better at butterfly or backstroke.
Of course, yes. And I guess you can kind of tell because each swimmer does a couple of different strokes every single meet. So I guess after watching them for a while, you can kind of tell what is quote-unquote their stroke. The margin between Whaley and Anderson seems to be getting a little bit away from Anderson as Whaley takes the lead just a little bit as they go into the flip turn.
For a moment there, it looked like Anderson was closing the gap at the turn there, or the start of this stroke, but
it does. And as you progress into the race, you start to get more tired and more tired. And that point is where you get tired is really when your opponent can really kick it into gear. Into the flip turn. Evan Whaley, followed by Elliot Anderson of Goffstown. Into the freestyle, the final leg. This is really where you get to kick it into gear.
Sure.
And just swim to your heart's content.
And it seemed like up until this freestyle, Anderson was much, much stronger on the turns than Whaley had been for this one. But
definitely,
Whaley's really taking advantage here at the end.
Unless Anderson can catch up here, which I highly doubt. And it looks like Evan Whaley is going to take first with a time of 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Followed by Elliot Anderson with a time of 2 minutes, 26 seconds. It's a 6-second gap.
It's a good showing, though.
It is.
And a nice shake of the hands there. You like to see that sort of stuff.
There's definitely a sense of camaraderie in swimming. I definitely feel like that.
Good swimmers push each other.
Oh,
correct?
definitely. And it's all about building skill. And I'll tell you, in swimming, you get to make so many friends from around the state. And if you go to states, it's amazing. You meet so many new kids with so many different abilities. It's amazing.
Speaking of states, there's a way you can qualify for that just by doing times, correct?
Exactly. And so for each stroke, there are different times for boys and girls. So Elliot Anderson just swam. Well, it's an IM. So the 200 IM, that counts. You can qualify for states in that. So he would have to get a 2 minutes and 39 seconds. My apologies. 2 minutes, 34 seconds, which I believe he did.
Just about, yeah. It looks like we had two swimmers that actually qualified.
Exactly.
There. So, nice
he
job.
he qualifies for states if he has not already.
Right, because we're about midway through the season right now.
Yeah, almost all the way through. States are crawling up on us.
So what do we got coming up next?
Next is girls' 50-yard freestyle. That is one length of the pool and back. It's more of a sprint.
Looks like we got a Goffstown swimmer here.
We do. Phoenix Irish in lane 1. All the way at the bottom of your screen. Or left-hand side, I should say. Also, in Heat 1, we have Phoenix Irish. In Heat 2, we have Emma Shanahan, who is a relatively new swimmer to Goffstown. Just started this year. Haven't gotten the chance to see her swim yet, but we'll definitely get to see her tonight.
Nice.
And see what she brings to the team. And I'll tell you, there is so much practice that goes into these meets. And swimmers take their blocks. They're holding.
Well, it doesn't look like they've reset the clock. There we go.
Holding can be for multiple reasons. A swimmer might not be ready. The natatorium has to be a certain sound level so swimmers can hear the buzzer. Phoenix Irish in lane 1.
right down towards the bottom of our screen, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Strong swimmer. I believe she swam on the Goffstown team before. Phoenix bringing up last but not least.
Looks like lane 3 is going to be Merrimack. Again, we're going to butcher a whole bunch of names
Oh, yeah,
here.
definitely.
Brianna Yagit, I'm going to say.
Yep, close enough. Yagit? Yeah, it's all right. Phoenix Irish.
You know, they're probably used to it. I don't know how many times I've heard McCunn.
Yeah.
So.
McCunn, yeah.
They dropped the E there, so I don't know what's going on. But so he, too, will have another Goffstown swimmer then.
Yes. Emma Shanahan, new swimmer to the team.
In lane 3.
In lane 3, which is going to be relatively to the middle.
We got to thank the Allard Center, too, for being kind enough to allow us to tape this event here tonight.
Definitely.
Really kind of great. Obviously a beautiful pool. We've all been here, I think, at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I swam here last year. The people here are great.
I don't want to admit how many times I've tried to do laps here.
Oh, yeah.
Tried it being the operative word.
Swimmers are taking their blocks for the girls' 50-yard freestyle. Goffstown's Emma Shanahan in lane 3 in the middle of your screen. And the buzzer sounds. Shanahan into the dive. Nice long underwater kicks. That's what you like to see. It can definitely get you ahead of the pack.
And it certainly helped her there.
Yes, definitely. Shanahan seems to be a very strong sprinter. Into the flip turn. And again, the 50-yard freestyle is definitely a sprint. It's one of the most. It's maybe the fastest swim you'll ever do in a meet.
This is, I guess you could call it a dead heat. Look at how close these swimmers are.
Oh, definitely. Ooh, it's tight. Shanahan takes 4th.
Well, and the difference between 1st and 4th is minuscule.
Milliseconds. Shanahan with a time of 0.38 seconds. No, my bad. 38 seconds. That would be really fast.
Going right into the next heat here.
Into the 3rd heat, yes.
So in lane 1, we've got Matt from Merrimack, Zanoni from Merrimack, White from Merrimack in lane 3.
Oh, you do this one. This is a nice name.
Wotizwick in lane 4, Duclos in lane 5, and in lane 6, Eisenman. So this is a full pool in this one.
Oh, definitely. And when you have a full pool, there's so much going on. You can't really concentrate. There's so much splashing. There's people down at the end of the pool yelling, encouraging their teammates.
It's fun chaos.
Oh, it's fun chaos.
And who do we get there first in that one?
First looks like lane 3. The time of 35.52 seconds.
Sydney White.
Into the 3rd heat. 4th heat. No swimmers from Goffstown. Daly in lane 1. Torme in lane 2, Mir in lane 3, Knowles lane 4, Webb lane 5, Indicho Kerr in lane 6. Again, a very tight race.
And again, we're going to just apologize for all butchering of names. There's a lot of kids here tonight, and there's a lot of names that we're not familiar with. So apologies to all the families and the lineage and heritage and all of that.
Looks like lane 5, that will be Dover taking first with a time of 34 seconds.
Well, that was a fast one. That was Webb.
Yes.
It looks like her seed time was even faster than that.
Heat 5. We have Justine Watterson in lane 3 in the middle of your screen. Justine, I had the pleasure of swimming with her last year. She's a very, very strong swimmer. And they're off.
Well, seed time again, 31.69 seconds on this.
Yes.
That would be the fastest one tonight. If we'll see that here, we'll find
Possibly.
out. She's got some competition there.
Watterson tied into the flip turn.
Ortega from Merrimack in lane 4.
Wow, again, a very tight race, and that's probably due to the length of this race. It's relatively short.
Coming down to those last strokes, and it looks like Goffstown
Watterson
takes
looks like she takes first, yes, with a time of 31 seconds. Did she beat the seed time?
30, yeah, by a tenth of a second.
Wow,
almost.
that is fast.
That is very fast.
Into the 6th heat. Abby Poisson, lane 6, to the right of your screen. The junior, first year on the team, into the sprint. Poisson did not swim last year. I did not get the pleasure to swim with her.
So she's at the top of the screen here for
She
Goffstown.
is, all the way to the right top.
And this might be the fastest heat as we see Merrimack and Dover, they're neck and neck.
Neck and neck. Wow.
And there it is. Merrimack is going to be taking it from Gardner. 28.9 seconds.
Goffstown's Abby Poisson takes 5th with a time of 32.14 seconds, which is not, it's not that slow.
That would have won just about every other heat.
Exactly. And Goffstown in the 7th heat, Grace Danielson, 6th lane, into the dive.
So again, top of the screen for Goffstown. We also have, let's see, we've got in lane 1, Johnson from Merrimack. Dover has Mahoney in 2, Jolly in 3, Dykstra in 4, and in 5, LaPierre.
Danielson took this race with a 29 second.
A fantastic showing there for Goffstown. Looks like she's going to place 3rd.
Yes, with a time of 29.18, which is...
That's blazing fast.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Jolly for Merrimack won that one. Her seed time, by the way, for Merrimack, for Jolly, was 26.84 seconds.
Wow.
Great, incredible.
Into the boys' 50-yard freestyle. Lane 2, Ben Haddad from Merrimack. Lane 3, Giuseppe Brown.
LaRue in lane 4,
LaRue.
and then McDermott in 5. I mean to step on you there, but I knew how to say that one.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll let you butcher their names. And it looks like Giuseppe Brown will take first with a time of 32 seconds. Am I seeing that at 32 seconds?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Awesome.
So blazing fast right into this second heat, it looks like.
Very. No swimmers from Goffstown in our second heat.
Ferris in 1, Ralston in 2, Fasano in 3, Dodier in 4, Simpson in 5, and Chartier in 6.
Had to hold there for a second, but they're off. Wow, great dives from all of the swimmers. Merrimack first into the stroke, gaining a very small margin already. Into the flip turn.
So it looks like the for the seating, they tend to pick the middle lanes there for the faster swimmers in the heat. Is there some strategy to that, or is it just?
It might be. I couldn't tell you. It might be.
And Fasano looks like he's going to take that one from Merrimack.
The time of 28.32. That's a really fast time.
Getting fast here, faster and faster as we go along. Right?
I feel like as the heats progress. Okay, 3rd heat. Harrison Blondo of Goffstown takes lane 6 with a seat time of 27.27.
So he's all the way at the top, and he's going to save some strong swimmers in this one.
And he is a very, very tall person, which sometimes can get you ahead, but it sometimes can slow you down too. Very, very tight as we go into the first and only flip turn. Takes up last in the flip turn. But as you see, as he pushes off, he gains so much water.
That length really did help him there in the turn, you can tell.
Definitely. And with legs that long, you can really extend them and get a really nice push as you go out from the flip turn. Blondo finishes in 6th with a time of 27.64. Which is a little slower than his seat time, but that's okay. It's still amazingly fast.
He's in the pool with swimmers that are swimming, 25 seconds, and he really pushed himself there.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So picking up where we left off, it was 2 through 5 Spanangle in 2, Brennan in 3, Longval Knutson in 4, and Diabroska in 5.
And we're off. And you can see the longer you stay underwater and the stronger your dive is, as you can see in lane 3 there. Merrimack got the upper hand, or upper fin, I guess you could say, as they started out with a little bit of a lead. I feel like you definitely make up more water underwater than you do above water. Just less resistance, I guess.
So this is 100 meters or 100 yards, so it'll be down and back twice.
Twice. Affirmative.
Brennan from Merrimack looking real strong coming into the third turn there.
Definitely making a very big gap as she goes into the flip turn there. Followed closely by Dover's Longval. Brennan finishes on top with a time of 1 minute 5 seconds. Her time was 1 minute 8 seconds, which is an improvement.
Yeah, she
by
bested her
2.5 seconds.
seed time by 2 seconds. Yeah,
exactly, which is amazing. You always like to see improvement, and that will go on to her next meet's heat sheet, and she'll get to improve even more, and that's what I love about swimming.
So that's what the seed time is based off of the prior meet?
I believe it's the last time that you swum it. As we get ready to go into the boys' 100-yard butterfly. No swimmers from Goffstown.
Almost all Dover in this heat, other than the first lane, which is Merrimack.
Exactly. We have Gavin Roby, Aiden Mahoney, D'Andrea, Allo, and Albinian. Apologies for the name butchering.
It's okay going from 1 through 5 there. Bottom to top of your screen.
Yep. Merrimack's Roby is all the way at the bottom of your screen. Second to his right is Mahoney. Next to Mahoney is D'Andrea. To his right is Sam Allo. And all the way at the top of your screen, top right, is Noah Albion, I think. It looks like D'Andrea is getting a large lead. Widening that gap with his teammate. D'Andrea takes the win with a time of 59.91 seconds.
Wow.
It's crazy. What was his seat time, by the way?
It was even better than that, 58.56.
Just a little bit of a slip.
But under a minute there.
Exactly. My brother bringing me food. He's so nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Food is always good. Okay, girls, 100-yard freestyle. We have about 7 heats. That's crazy. Into heat 1, we have Phoenix Irish of Goffstown in lane 2, which is second to your left, or the second to the bottom of your screen.
Should be the bottom swimmer here on this one.
Yes, and I believe she may have disqualified during her last event.
In the last heat with touching the ground?
Yes, yep. Touching the ground, that can really get you. My first meet, that happened to me. But there's always room for improvement. You can always improve on during your strokes and during your meets. Let's see if she can redeem herself. And honestly, I'm not sure if she is, but as a first-time swimmer, your first year is all about improving and just gaining that baseline of this is what I need to do, this is how I need to do it, and this is how fast I need to do it.
Makes sense. You know, I just want to point out, again, if anybody is interested in helping out doing some of these things, I have zero knowledge of this sport, and I'm still doing play-by-play.
So parents, swimming parents, we are calling you out right now. Come on down here right now. Okay, I'm joking. Don't come down here right now, but definitely get in contact with Adam McCune. As we go into the girls' 100-yard freestyle, Phoenix Irish bringing up tied for second at this point.
Geek from Merrimack and also Donaldson from in lane 4 there.
Interlakes.
Interlakes.
I believe they have 2 swimmers tonight. Phoenix Irish into the flip turn. Very nice flip turn. May have touched the bottom. That's all right, though. As I said earlier.
It's all about figuring it out.
Exactly. It's all about learning what I need to do, how I need to do it, and doing it to the best of my abilities.
Fair enough.
And it looks like
Yagit
is going to take oh, my apologies.
Got one more turn here.
Yep. Forgot to turn 100. Yagit's got one more down and back. Phoenix Irish actually coming in second place here with Interlakes. Keeping a very tight gap, actually. Looks like Merrimack may have touched the bottom there for a second. I'm not sure. We'll have to let the officials decide on that one. And I'll tell you, it's all about stamina. It's about conserving energy for those last 2 laps. We really just need to kick it into gear and give it all that you have. Empty the tanks. I'll tell you, my first meet, I did the 100 freestyle, which is this event, and I was running on fumes, Adam. I'll tell you, I got out of the pool. I was dizzy. I was lightheaded. It was crazy. I was about to pass out.
Last time I don't even want to admit this. Last time I was in this pool, I had an asthma attack in the middle of the pool.
No way.
That is not where you want to have an asthma attack. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no? I feel like any medical issue should not be had in the pool.
My inhaler was not in the locker room. It was in my car.
Oh, wow. So what happened?
I left. I walked out.
That's a good idea.
Got my inhaler and called it a day.
Diving into Heat 2. 4 Dover swimmers and 1 Merrimack swimmer.
Dover and Merrimack have really big teams.
I feel like they definitely have a very large team here today. I'm looking behind me, and there's a ton of Dover swimmers and a ton of Merrimack swimmers down on the pool deck right now.
I'm sure there's just like any sport, there's other schools that have like kind of powerhouse, if you will, programs.
Yeah, and
it apparently looks like they are.
Yeah, it looks like the officials are waiting on a swimmer or waiting on a timer. Not exactly sure what's going on. Do we have any Goffstown swimmers in this event at all?
Yes,
we
looks
do.
like Heat 6.
Yes,
and
Lydia Barrett.
That's it for that one, yep. Heat 6 has 2 Goffstown swimmers, in fact.
Oh.
Poisson and Barrett.
Oh, correct. Looks like this race is already spreading out. Again, the 100 in any stroke is about conserving your energy for the last lap or last 2 laps.
And going from the bottom to the top, we have Zanoni, Longvale Knudsen, Laglios, LaPierre, Fendiana.
And I feel like your coaches do you a favor. They kind of, I feel like they kind of spread out your events as much as they can, and kind of give you a break in between, just to give you a little bit of time to recoup.
Sure.
I guess.
It looks like Zanoni is doing excellent.
Oh, definitely.
Came in with a 144 seed time, and is leading this from the first lane.
All the way to the left of your screen. Followed closely by Langolis from Dover.
Wow. 30 seconds better than previous time.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
So obviously there was some practice put in there, or the swimmer has not swum that in a while. Could be a couple reasons for that, honestly. Going into Heat 3, no swimmers from Goffstown. Looks like we have a swim from John Stark.
That's in lane 1, Duclos.
Yeah, Madison Duclos. Madison, yes.
And then Matt in lane 2 from Merrimack. White in lane 3. Knowles in 4. Lane 5 with Burke and Eisenman in lane 6.
Yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Goffstown and John Stark, they practice together. They're really two very close teams. In a meet, your points aren't tallied together, but they come to meets together. Goffstown and John Stark both practice here at the Allard Center. Usually late in the evening. I believe my practices were at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
So is this the home pool for a few teams then?
Yes, this is the home pool for John Stark and Goffstown. And I'll tell you, all the pools around New Hampshire and in different states, they're all different. They all have different settings. The pool temperatures are definitely different.
So is it better to be warmer or cooler?
I mean, I guess it all depends. I mean, I'm not sure. I guess it's a matter of opinion, honestly. I guess like if you're swimming your butt off and
so White finishes with a time of 1:20.
A little bit of excitement there.
In first place.
Heat 4. In lane 1, Sanchez from Merrimack, McGovern from Dover, Webb from Dover, Meir from Merrimack, Tormey from Dover, and Ortega from Merrimack. Tight race as they dive off the blocks into the pool.
And we have really seen some close heats here.
We have.
I think it's these more populated events.
Yeah, the two Dover swimmers, McGovern and Webb, are very close at this point, followed closely by Molly Meir of Merrimack. And then as the race progresses, I said they usually tend to split up a little bit, like who's conserving their energy better, who has a more efficient stroke, I guess you could call it. But it looks like the two Dover swimmers, McGovern and Webb, are sticking very close together as the third Dover swimmer sneaks up in lane 5, Tormey. And all three Dover swimmers seem to be almost neck and neck. Friend versus friend versus friend. Who's going to win it? It's close. It's actually very close right now.
Very close. Too close to call.
Very. Oh. Ooh. Lane 2, I think.
Yep.
Lane 2 got it. McGovern of Dover followed closely by her friend in the next lane over.
Webb. And then, it's the top 3 finishers all Dover there in that one.
Heat 5 of the girls 100-yard freestyle. And they're off.
And Tokyo Kerr in 1, Thistle in 2, Richardson 3, Carper in 4, Holderbaum in 5, and DeSelitz in lane 6. Going Dover, Merrimack, Dover, Merrimack.
And my apologies, I believe Bedford, their swim team practices here too. As I look over and I see a poster of them on the wall. I've never seen them. They come to the meets, but I've never seen them practice here.
Yeah, they have that Bedford Bulldogs swim team.
They do. That's a very mean-looking bulldog.
Disturbing-looking arms on that
bulldog. Exactly. And then Goffstown, obviously, right next to it. Better logo.
No bias whatsoever.
Nope, absolutely not. I'm not even wearing a Goffstown swimming T-shirt right now. I lied. I'm wearing a Goffstown T-shirt.
Well, jumping out there to a commanding lead in lane 2 is Thistle from Merrimack.
Yes. And there's other swimmers in lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 closing in, but she's making a small gap for herself. As they go into the finish, it looks like she's going to win it. Okay, going into lane 6, I believe, we have Abby Poisson in lane 1 all the way to the left of your screen, as well as Lydia Barrett in lane 5 almost all the way to the right of your screen.
So
two Goffstown swimmers.
1 through 6 is Poisson from Goffstown, Rose from Dover, LaPierre from Dover in lane 3, Hutchinson from 4 in Merrimack, Barrett from Goffstown in 5, and Nozell from Merrimack in
My
lane
correction,
6.
it looks like Abby Poisson will not be swimming in this, but we still have Lydia Barrett tied going to the first flip turn. Barrett seems to be a strong swimmer, a strong sprinter. And I feel like the 100 is a mix between a sprint and, can't think of the other word.
Like a long distance?
Yeah.
It does seem to have challenges there.
Definitely.
It's obviously the one of the more popular races, but
Yeah.
I'm really amazed at how close all of these heats seem to be.
Yeah, and there definitely seems to be at least one, two, and maybe sometimes three swimmers who usually stick together at very close times or who finish very closely. And it seems like Dover is the perfect example of this tonight. Their swimmers in lanes 2 and 3.
Neck and neck as they go to the wall.
Olivia Rose and LaPierre almost tied. I can't even
coming up
tell.
in lane 5 there.
Oh, and it looks like Rose will win it.
But in third place, they're
The time of
Barrett.
108.
Barrett got a nice showing there, taking about a second off of her time.
That's good. That's always good.
So lanes 1 through 6 here on this one. We've got John Stark Ferguson in lane 1, Katz from Dover in lane 2, Brennan from Merrimack in 3, Beauregard from Dover in 4, White from Dover in 5, and Gardner from Merrimack in 6.
Sarah Ferguson at the very bottom of your screen right there, going to the flip turn. Very strong swimmer. I got to swim with her last year. Looks like she's falling a little bit behind in this race, but she definitely has time to make it up. 100%.
Well, this is one of the more competitive heats here with two swimmers below 1 minute in their seed time, so we're going to see a fast time in this one.
Exactly. Brennan from Merrimack, who we saw earlier, has a very good time. Ferguson falling behind just a little bit. Dover's Beauregard almost tied with Brennan as they both go into their flip turns, followed closely by Ferguson.
We're coming to the final stretch, and it looks like Brennan is going to do it. And they're going to have a couple of swimmers here break the 1 minute mark for sure.
Wow. It's amazing. Brennan got a 57-second as Sarah Ferguson with a 102. Is it?
In lane 1.
It is an improvement for Sarah Ferguson.
Yeah, two swimmers under a minute there in that heat.
That's amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
That's great. Going into the boys' 100-yard freestyle. No swimmers from Goffstown in this heat. But we do have one later on. Heat 3, Harrison Blondo.
And Alex Estano.
And Alex Asano, who we saw earlier, who is a very
strong swimmer.
Strong sprinter.
It's part of the reason I jumped on the headset here. I knew Alex when he was very little.
That's
and
awesome.
I know he was involved in swimming early on.
Oh,
Always
really?
a strong swimmer, yes.
Wow. And it definitely shows here tonight
Yes.
as he blasts through the pool.
So McDermott, Haddad, and Kenyon in this one. Dover, Merrimack, Dover.
Tight race. Semi-tight race.
So Kenyon from Dover starting to pull away from the pack.
And I think my favorite part of swimming was getting out of the pool after you may not have gotten a great score, but your friends are always there. Awesome job.
Such good support.
It was
really
is. It's definitely there's definitely a sense of camaraderie there. At least for Goffstown and John Stark. I'm sure there is for other teams as well.
So Kenyon's going to win that heat. The time of 1:11.
Show of camaraderie there with the shake of the hands.
I love to see that.
It's great.
Good sports all the way around here.
Definitely Heat 2. Josh Ferris. Ralston, lane 2. Fasano, lane 3. Foley, lane 4. Chartier, lane 5. And Brown, lane 6. Full pool here as we go into the boys' 100-yard freestyle, heat 2 of 3. And it seems to me that Max Fasano, very strong swimmer, pulls ahead by just a little bit, followed closely by Cam Foley of Dover. And they're almost neck and neck.
I think these two battled it out in an earlier event.
I believe they did, possibly the 50-53. And it looks like Fasano has about a head and a half.
It'll all come down to this turn here.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, and a big one there
Ooh,
for Fasano.
Definitely. Question is, can Cam Foley really take it back in the last half pool length? It doesn't look like he'll be able to. Another great win for Fasano with a time of 1 minute. My apologies. Yeah, 1 minute, 5 seconds.
Yeah, looks like the scoreboard kind of got it a little bit backwards there, but lane 3 was the winner.
But they do have a good safety on there. They have paths along the sides of the pool for you to hit, and if that doesn't register, they have a person there with a clicker. Lane 1, as we go into heat 3, Harrison Blondo, very strong swimmer. I swam with him last year. Awesome dive. And
Alex Estano in lane 4
exactly.
here for Goffstown. So Goffstown on Goffstown.
Shooting ahead. So he's tied.
It's Blondo, Garska from Dover, Kerr from Dover, Estano from Goffstown, Webb from Dover, and Dodier from Dover.
Wow, it is tight as they almost go into the second flip turn. Estano is fast. He's really fast.
He's fast, and he's just a freshman.
Exactly, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he goes to GHS, but I did Boy Scouts with him a couple years ago, but I've never seen him swim. His swimming skills are amazing tonight, and he's definitely showing that.
Into the final turn. Can he make up a little bit of ground?
Oh,
he's got that height
I don't
and
know.
that length. Can he
does.
do it?
Oh, he's really kicking it in the gear now. Can he make it?
Looks like Kerr's going to take this one.
Yep. Stano in very close second with a time of 54 seconds. About 2 seconds. He is fast.
That is a fast time for both swimmers there.
Wow.
In fact, we had 2 under a minute and one just over a minute.
Blondo in 5th place with a time of 1:01. And it looks like we're going to the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Wow, Justine Watterson, lane 2, very strong swimmer. Very athletic, does softball. She does a couple of sports at GHS.
Garlano in lane 3 for Dover and Ortega from Merrimack in lane 4.
And they're off. And now this is I would definitely consider this a long distance race. It's all about conserving energy. And if you pan down to the other end of the pool, you'll see little signs. And what that signifies is how many laps you have to go.
It's so easy to lose track in there.
Oh, I'll give you that. I've done a couple 500s, and there's so many things going through your mind while you're swimming, and keeping numbers in your head. It definitely cannot be one of them.
Right.
You definitely need some kind of reminder, whether it's these signs or like counting on your fingers, which is really hard while you're swimming.
So this one is 10 up and down.
I believe so. Whew. It's definitely a long distance race, and definitely I believe for the last 3 laps until the last 3 laps you really can't tell, because I've seen people kicking into the gear in the last 3 laps, and it's just amazing because they give it all they got, and it's just amazing how fast they can go when they put their mind to it. It's amazing. Justine Watterson taking up a close second. Looks like she's conserving her energy. At this point in the race, it seems fairly good. I swam with Justine last year, and she seems to be a very strong swimmer. And I feel like if she falls behind a little bit, she definitely can get her place back.
Well, this one is all about, like you were saying, conservation of energy, if you can do it.
Definitely.
We have 2 heats actually for this one.
Do we have any Goffstown swimmers in the second heat?
Well, we do. Danielson. So again, it's Watterson, Garlano from Dover, Ortega from Merrimack in this one, 500 yards freestyle.
Danielson last year she qualified for states in the 500 freestyle. which is amazing. I stink at the 500 freestyle. I'm so bad.
I can tell you honestly, I've never done it, and I know I do already.
And like we look over here at the 50-mile swim club up on the wall, and it's just amazing.
That is amazing.
It takes people so long, but it's so amazing. When you think of it, swimming 50 miles, that's amazing.
It is.
Watterson creating a little bit of a gap between her and how do you say that name? Garlano.
That's what we're going with here.
That's what we're going with. Almost to a half a pool's length.
Garlano seems to have a good pace in this one.
Yeah, definitely. I believe it's all about pace, and it's just conserving energy and pace, and that's the two major factors that I believe goes into the 500 freestyle.
But then again, Danielson isn't all that far behind, or excuse me, Watterson isn't all that far behind. Especially considering how far we have to go in this one. So have you counted? Where are we at?
I can take a peek over at the signs at the end of the pool, but I'm not exactly sure.
I was for a second, and I lost count. See, we're not even in the pool.
9. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the sign says. It says 9. The ninth lap? I feel like that's not right.
Well, it'd be 9 out of 20, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. Watterson, as she approaches the wall, should be moving on to 11. Yes, that's right. Okay, you're right. And I'll tell you, I done a 500, and your last lap, there's a yellow panel, and they shake it up and down, and it's so exciting to see that. It's like a reflector almost.
I bet.
And it's so exciting. You're like, I'm almost done. It's just great to see. You're like, the last lap, you're just doggy paddling all the way. It's awesome.
So is there a big difference between somebody who's a sprinter and somebody who's long distance? Is it a lot like track where you see those different runners?
Yeah, I definitely believe that there's two different types of swimmers. There's your sprinter, who can go 50, 100s very, very fast. And then there's your 500 swimmers like Justine Watterson and Grace Danielson, who can usually do sprints, and it can also have that ability to conserve their energy and just let it go in the last couple laps and just zoom past everyone. It's amazing.
Doesn't seem to be any slowing down here for Garlano.
No. She's keeping her pace, and that's something that you definitely look for when you're swimming the 500.
It's got to be hard to start out and know that you're going to have to keep that pace.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Looks like Watterson is approaching lap 15. Almost done.
3/4 of the way there.
Looks like her swim cap's falling off a little bit. That'll be a pain in the butt. Garlano still keeping that lead. It's almost at a pool length now. Which at this point in time, unless Watterson really kicks it into high gear, can definitely lose a race for you.
Garlano doesn't really seem to be slowing at all, any bit.
Yeah, definitely. She's keeping her pace and conserving energy, which is great. And you can see that bell. That's what I forgot. The bell, the last lap. And that's also something that just rings through your ears, and it's just a great mode of encouragement. Oh, this is my last lap. But the official only rings it for the first person. Watterson's swim cap almost coming off. And as Garlano approaches her last lap, you might be able to see that orange reflector on the sign shaking it up and down. That's really exciting when you get to see that. And you can kind of see how she's kicking into gear. It looks like Watterson won't be able to keep up. We're going to look to see if Garlano qualifies for states with a time of 6:36.
Oh, that's shaving about 14 seconds off of her time there.
6:36. It does not qualify for states by about 16 seconds, but that's okay. There's always room to improve. Watterson at the last lap. Half of her swim cap on. finishing with a time.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
7 minutes and 4 seconds or so, I think.
7 minutes.
7:11.
Yeah, 7:11. 7:11. Look at that.
We got one more swimmer in the pool. Ortega from Merrimack heading into the final turn here. It's such an inclusive sport.
It is. Once you watch a couple of events, you really get intrigued, and you're like, wow, how much practice goes into this, and how do they do this? You build stamina, you hit the gym. It's definitely all about muscle, stamina, and it's also a lot of mental things going into this. It's like self-encouragement, and along with your peers encourage you.
Oh, she had one more turn to go. I thought I was mistaken there.
Slower pace, that's okay. There's always, like I said, there's always room for improvement. In just about anything you do, honestly, there's always room for improvement. When I first jumped in the pool, I was horrible. I'm not going to tell you my times because they're too embarrassing, but I was horrible.
Well, I can tell you, I know approximately how fast I can swim in this pool, and I would be embarrassed.
This 500 feet would have taken me, when I first jumped in the pool, probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes to complete.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I could. I probably wouldn't be able to finish it.
Yeah, probably can't hold my bladder for that long either.
Here comes Ortega into the final stretch.
Finish off strong, Ortega. Hey, Adam, I guess you could say she's finished.
Nice. Big round of applause from the fans and her teammates.
Fish puns. Finished.
Yes. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, it took you a second.
No.
A second.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay. Heat 2. Heat 2 of 2. Grace Danielson. Lane 4. Almost at the top of your screen. Grace is a very strong swimmer. And you can see in lane 3, one of the Dover swimmers is just bolting right off. And sometimes that can do you some good. Sometimes it can't. As you can see, Grace Danielson hanging towards the back. That can sometimes be good, sometimes be bad. Oftentimes you want to conserve your energy and let it go at the end of the race. But sometimes you just have so much energy, you can go the whole race one steady pace.
And we have Wydra from Dover in lane 2, Dykstra from Dover in 3, Danielson from Goffstown in 4, and in lane 5 from Merrimack Johnson. What's interesting here, looking at the seed times, Dykstra has a seed time of 5.5 minutes, almost more than 30 seconds better than everybody else in the field.
5.5 minutes.
5.5 minutes.
That qualifies for states, I'll tell you that. And the interesting thing is, will Danielson be able to qualify for states if she hasn't already? If she does, that'll be a major accomplishment. If she hasn't already, I feel that she has already, but we'll definitely find out. It
looks like she has it. Her seed time is 6:03. I think 6:20 there it says is the state time. So she may have already qualified. In fact,
possibly.
I believe every race, every swimmer except for Johnson in this pool, in this race, has qualified.
Wow, that's amazing. That means they will go on to do that in states, which requires even more practice, because as you go on to states, people practice so much more, and there's so much more competition.
There are divisions in swimming, or is it just one?
There's divisions. Goffstown's Division 2. I could pull them up, but I'm not exactly sure who the Division 1 swimming teams are.
What a pace by Dykstra here.
Yeah, it is. But it'll be interesting to see if she slows down towards the end of the race, or even if she picks her pace up. It'll be amazing to see.
Somebody with a time like that, maybe not just be about pace, it may be about finishing too.
Yeah.
Takes a commanding lead, more than a lap ahead of everybody else.
Definitely. Wow, that's amazing. Her comrades down at the end of the pool holding the sign. Just hit lap 9.
And again, Danielson is in lane 4 right next to her.
Keeping a slower pace, but you never know. She can always kick it into gear. But with Dykstra gaining such a lead, it'll be hard. it'll be hard for Danielson to catch up.
The top three swimmers here in this heat, there's only about 40 seconds between them, which sounds like a lot, but we're talking about 500 yards here.
Exactly. And anyone who doesn't think this is hard, I encourage you to jump in and do a 500.
Well, 5.5 minutes. That would be a minute, 6 seconds down and back. Correct?
I feel like that's not right.
For 100 yards.
Oh, for 100. Down at 100 yards is 2 down backs.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Two
and that sounds more like it because we saw earlier it was like a 27 or even faster than that for a 50. So double
right.
that.
No, you're right.
You'll get about a minute or so.
So 33 seconds for a 50 as a split.
And even we saw earlier some people had it a lot faster than that, honestly.
But to pull that pace for 500 yards is pretty incredible.
Exactly. It's amazing. Harrison Bellotto had a 27-27 50 freestyle, which would add up to 100 freestyle would be I don't want to do the math. School's over. I'm not doing the math.
You'd be 6 seconds under a minute. So for 5 of them, you'd be 30 seconds under. You'd be 4.5 minutes.
Yeah. Which we've already.
Hey, come on, who's in school here?
Yeah, I'm not in school. I'm at a swim meet. I'm not doing math. And we've already reached that 4.5 minute mark. So obviously their paces may be slowing down.
But it's not much different if you think about 33 seconds versus 27.
Yes.
27 when it's an all-out sprint versus 33.
And
wow.
Looks like Dykstra's taking that lead. Almost lapped Danielson.
She's at just over the 5 minute mark when she hit that wall, so she's going to come close to breaking her speed there the last time, which is
6:20 is the state's cutoff time.
And her
definitely
seed time is 5:29, so
she's definitely gonna make it.
Go just a little over that, but she's definitely gonna make 6:20.
Dykstra finishes up with a time of 5:34. Exactly a lap ahead of Danielson. Danielson has one more lap to go.
Again, Danielson in lane 4 now.
Affirmative. Looks like she wasn't able to keep up with Dykstra.
And she'll come in 3rd here.
Looks like she's picking up her pace just a little bit as she finishes with a time of 6:09. Makes the cut by about 11 seconds. Yes, 11 seconds.
Wydra again for Dover there in the second lane with the time of 6:03.
Elliot Anderson as we go into the boys 500. Wow. I had no idea he was a long-distance swimmer. His last time was 5:58, which is just a tad bit faster. Actually, I take that back. Dykstra was way faster than him
but just a tad bit faster than his teammate on the girls' side, Danielson, with the 6:03.
Affirmative.
In the pool with him is going to be in lane 2, Long from Dover, Kenyon from Dover in lane 3, Simpson from Merrimack in lane 5. In lane 3 there, it's Kenyon with a 5:41 time.
See Alex Estano at the end of the pool, encouraging his teammate as we dive into the boys' 500-yard freestyle here at the Allard Center in Goffstown.
Neck and neck here as we have Kenyon and Anderson. So far in these long-distance heats, we've seen one swimmer seem to kind of take a big lead early and hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm going to cross my fingers. I want Elliot to do well in this, but it looks like
Kenyon Kenyon.
Yeah, has a little bit, about a head and a half on him so far. Let's see if Elliott can keep that or even turn the tables and get a lead on him.
It's possible. And got to say, Long from Dover also doing well.
Definitely,
He's
yes.
keeping pace.
Yes.
Not falling too far back there.
About a body and a half behind Elliott Anderson.
Good push off the wall there for Anderson.
Very nice flip turn. And definitely the flip turns are definitely a part of it. Because the longer you stay underwater, I feel like the better push off you have, and the faster you can go underwater, definitely.
And this is becoming a 2-swimmer race.
Definitely. And it looks like Elliott Anderson is getting that gap widened. He's losing that margin between him and Kenyon.
And now it looks like Long is also starting to kick it up again.
Oh, definitely. Kick it up into gear. Elliott Anderson, the freshman in lane 4, swam with tiger sharks for the past couple years. I'm not exactly sure how many. Very strong swimmer. Very strong swimmer.
So explain what Tiger Sharks is all about.
The Tiger Sharks is a YMCA swim team. I want to call it a club team. Anyways, they have kids ages from, I want to say 8 to 16.
Wow.
All swimming in the same pool, and if you look at the crowd here, which is about, I don't know how many people are here. It's probably twice or 3 times as packed, because you have so many other club teams from YMCA's all over the state of New Hampshire and even in Massachusetts. And my brother was on Tiger Sharks a couple years back, and he went down to Massachusetts, and it was crazy how big these meets were. There's just so many kids, and swimming's just such a great sport. I definitely encourage it.
Kenyon's starting to pull away now.
Oh, he is. He's getting a 3 or 4 body length on our buddy Elliott Anderson.
Closing in on the 3/4 mark here.
As Kenyon goes into touch number 13.
Made up there a little bit of ground, though, I think, did Anderson on that last lap.
Definitely. And it looks like it's about a half a pool length he's got on Anderson right now.
You know, I got to give credit to Long. He seems to make great turns. And then Anderson seems to widen that gap between him and third place, second and third there.
Definitely.
Through the pool.
Not to dive ahead of ourselves or anything, but our next event, number 15, is the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay, which can't think of the word, has 4 girls in it. John Stark, we have a team from John Stark in the first heat, and we have a team from Goffstown in the second heat. That relay team from Goffstown consists, that's the word, Lydia Barrett, Abby Poisson, Emma Shanahan, and Grace Danielson, all very strong swimmers as we've seen from tonight. Can we pull it together in the relay and do better than we did than our last relay?
Final lap here coming up.
That bell rings from the
Kenyon.
official.
So Liam Kenyon with the seat time 5:41. Can he beat it now in this one?
A GTV selfie.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Kenyon definitely pulls ahead.
It's just a matter of his time at this way. Half a pool length with just over 5.5 minutes.
And you can see down at the other end of the pool, the first heat of the girls relay getting ready, stretching, getting all the EBGBs out.
So we got a time of 5:40 there for him.
Wow. And
second off of his pace.
5:40, that 100% qualifies for states if he
second
has
and
not
third
already.
here. It's quite a race to the end.
Wow.
Who's going to pull it out?
Who's going to... Ooh, it looks like Elliot Anderson.
Oh, Anderson got it with lane 4 there.
Wow, and it looks like his time
didn't have a register on his time. He might have hit the wall before Anderson there.
I think they're going to go by time here. And his clock is still going. It's still going, yeah. No one's clicked the buzzer. They should probably do that. And apparently, ends up in third. 6:23.
He's
Not the right time. Not the right
23
time.
seconds at least.
Yeah.
But under 6-minute time there again
Definitely.
for Anderson. In fact, he shaved 3 seconds off of his time.
That's
3
great.
seconds is not a whole heck of a lot in that span of a race, but
In a sprint,
when you get
it's
that
huge.
point, of course. But when you get to
with
that
long distance, you
yeah.
can. And as our last swimmer, Owen Simpson of Merrimack in lane 5 finishes up. Definitely encourage him. Definitely encourage all swimmers. As he finishes up with a time of 7:04.75.
And he bested his best time at 7:10.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Congratulations to
every swimmer in the pool did better than they had before.
That's awesome. We always like to see that.
All you ask, right?
Okay. As our girls 200-yard freestyle relay, Sarah Ferguson takes the block. And off they go.
Wow, strong start there in lane 2.
Very, very strong start. That's what we like to see here in swimming. Very, very large lead.
John Stark in 2, Merrimack in 3, Dover in 4.
Amazing flip turn. Amazing flip turn.
It's already half a pool length lead.
Yeah, just about. As I believe that's Anna Ishak goes into the pool. Second. A little bit of a belly flop there. That's okay. This is the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. They're all doing the same stroke, but 4 different girls. This is definitely... Oh, it looks like the clock's messed up a little bit. It's definitely a faster race because they're all doing the same stroke, and I feel like the freestyle is definitely the most practiced stroke.
Looks like they have fixed the clock now.
Yep.
All times should be equal at this point, so.
Yes.
And they do splits, it looks like, for
for the lap times.
Whoever's leading there.
That's probably what I was seeing. John Stark.
We're seeing Merrimack make up some ground here.
We are.
With these second and third swimmers.
It's got about a quarter of a pool length. As John Stark swimming gets ready to send in their third swimmer. I believe. Third swimmer.
I think this is the fourth.
Oh, you might be right. That's correct. Fourth swimmer. My apologies. As Goffstown gets ready to take...
Do you know anything about the strategy for how you put your strong swimmers in for a relay race? I know in like track, a lot of times they put the fastest one at the end or the third. Or
yeah, I'm not sure. You'd have to look at the lap times. I'm not sure if there's any strategy to it. It's just swim hard, swim fast, and go as fast as you can. Heat 2 of the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Goffstown in lane 2, starting off with Lydia Barrett.
As John Stark takes this one.
Definitely.
2:13 with their time.
Pretty good time. This will be interesting to see if Goffstown can keep up the lane record. Take first.
Dover in lane 1, Goffstown in 2, Dover in 3, Merrimack in 4, Dover in 5, and Merrimack in 6.
Lydia Barrett takes the block for Goffstown.
So we'll be paying attention to lane 2 for Goffstown.
Uno dos. And they're off.
Second one
awesome
from the bottom.
Dives from all of the swimmers. Strong into the freestyle.
This is really a strong heat.
Wow. Wow. Strong strokes from all of the swimmers as well as very strong kicks. I'm not good at kicking at all. It's all my arms. As Goffstown sends in their second swimmer.
fast change over there in lane 3 for Merrimack. That really was a difference here in this one.
Yes, definitely. It's like Goffstown's falling behind a little bit. I feel like my relays are definitely the most stressful because you don't want to let yourself down, and as well as your teammates, because your teammates have a certain, I guess, standard that they want you to reach, but they're not going to beat you up if you don't reach it. It's always positive
positive reinforcement.
Yes,
right?
thank you. Positive reinforcement.
Shanahan for the third.
I believe so.
As we had a close finish there in this one, 3 and 4 within a second of each other.
Shanahan's still in the pool. Grace Danielson bringing up the last in our girls' relay for Goffstown.
So Dover wins it.
Dover does win it. Grace
by
Danielson.
Merrimack.
Looks like Goffstown's not going to take first, but that's all right. It's Grace Danielson. Finishes it off for Goffstown High. Next, we have boys 200-yard freestyle relay. Goffstown, lane 1.
Lane 2.
Lane 2. Like. Apologies. Harrison Blondo up first, followed by Elliot Anderson and Alex Astano. I want to come up with a nickname for him. Lightning.
He's fast.
Alex Lightning Astano. I think that might stick.
I think it works.
I think it works.
It works. So Goffstown in 2, Dover 3, Merrimack 4, and Dover in 5 with Goffstown again. Lane 2, second from the bottom on your screen.
Harrison Blondo takes the block with that 27-27 50 free. Can he keep that up? And he dives in. Strong dive. Early takeoff for Harrison Blondo as he jumps into his 50 freestyle. Starting off the boys. Goffstown relay. Looks like Dover and Merrimack are getting a little bit ahead of Goffstown. But can they make it up in the relay? Looks like Goffstown and John Stark Swimming are combining their relay teams. I'm seeing a blue cap in there. Because usually a relay consists of 4.
Right, makes sense.
And Goffstown does not have 4 male swimmers this year. That's probably because I did not join.
It's all you.
Yeah.
You'd be on
it's
leg
my
2
fault.
on this one.
I apologize. I should be right there.
Way to go. Well, we'll happily take you to do the broadcast.
Okay.
So.
As Alex Astano. Alex Lightning Astano dives in. His strong, long strokes are amazing. Can he make up some time for Goffstown? That's a real question.
Definitely made up some ground here.
Let's go, Alex. Let's go. Swim. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Made up quite a bit there on that leg.
Yes, definitely.
Still quite a lead, though.
I don't think it's enough to get Goffstown back into first or second. Elliot Anderson finishing off the boys' Goffstown relay. Strong. Very strong.
So time of 1:50 for Goffstown.
It's a pretty good time. What was their last time?
1:49. So right about exactly where they were at.
Dover. Is that Dover? Lane 5?
Yep. Second Dover team.
Awesome. That concludes the boys' 200-yard freestyle relay. Now we dive right into the girls' 100-yard backstroke. Emma Shanahan starting it off. Heat 1, lane 1 from Goffstown. Lane 2, I believe. Shanahan, strong start underwater. Comes up tight race already. about a half a body length behind the other two swimmers from Merrimack and John Stark.
Nozell from Merrimack in lane 3 and Wozniak from John Stark in lane 4.
Shanahan into the flip turn. Falling a little bit behind, but it's 100. Remember, it's 2 down and backs. I believe it's 100, yes. It's definitely time for her to make up. I feel like
it looks like something happened there, and she's getting out of the pool.
That's okay.
Strong swim here from Nozell from Merrimack and Wozniak from John Stark.
Looks like she's headed outside. We hope she's feeling better.
So coming up, we have another heat here for the 100-yard backstroke.
Affirmative.
Lane 2, it's Jolly from Merrimack, Edwards from Dover in lane 3, lane 4 with Mahoney from Dover, and lane 5 with Clemens from Dover.
Stretching out the old legs here. As the swimmers jump in. Those chilling words, take your mark. And the infamous buzzer. Two scariest sounds I've ever heard, I'll tell you that. Send chills right through your bones. Strong start for Merrimack. Lane 2.
Elise Jolly from Merrimack in lane 2. Edwards from Dover in lane 3. Mahoney from Dover in lane 4. Clemens from Dover in lane 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like we don't have a lane 4. Oh.
Must have been a last-minute scratch.
Is that something that happens? A swimmer gets hurt or tired or something? Or?
It could be a couple of things. I've never seen a swimmer jump out of the pool. Have seen a swimmer hit their head. Have seen a swimmer just get tired and just stop swimming. Yes. Strong finish from Merrimack as they finish first with a time of 3 minutes, 38 seconds.
Boys 100 backstroke coming up. LaRue from John Stark, Johnson from Merrimack, DeAndrea from Dover, Mahoney from Dover, and Prattup from Dover in the pool. You're going to see the end for our Goffstown swimmers here, is it not?
I believe
so.
It is. It is. That concludes our Goffstown swimmers. We do not have a relay team in the 400-yard freestyle relay.
So a very fast swimmer in the pool here. DeAndrea from Dover, 1:01 seed time, about 5 seconds faster than anybody else.
There's always that one swimmer, I believe, that just blows everyone out of the park, out of the pool.
This has got to be a stroke that's just all about the technique. I mean, freestyle, sometimes you can get away with a little bit of, you got length or power, but this one, this is technique, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So 104.8, that's a fast time, super fast time there for D'Andrea, but it's not even on his normal pace apparently.
Definitely a fast time as John Stark finishes up with a time. 129.01. Is event number 19. Girls 100-yard breaststroke. I almost said backstroke.
So Fulton from John Stark, McGovern from Dover, and Daly from Merrimack, 2, 3, 4 in this heat.
McGovern definitely seems to be the stronger swimmer in this. We'll see how this goes. Definitely has a lead, about a body length or two on Merrimack's Hope Daly. And about 3 or 4 body lengths on Bethany Fulton from John Stark.
The seed times between McGovern and Daly are only about 3 seconds difference. So really two strong swimmers here.
And I feel like breaststroke is definitely the one of the hardest strokes, because to get the fastest time, you really need to get the technique down precisely. It's like when to go in to the pool, when to come out of the pool.
Kind of a timing type thing?
Rhythm? Yeah, more or less. Yeah, rhythm, honestly. And also pace is a big thing.
Cross-country skiing is like that. Not the straight line one, but I can't remember what they call it. Where they kind of look like they're flailing, but they're not.
Yeah. Like synchronizing arms and legs.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you have 2 large plastic sticks on your feet.
129 the time there for McGovern. That's a dandy time.
As event 19 begins to wrap up. We only have 22 events tonight.
So closing in here on this one.
As McGovern. Oh, my apologies. It's not McGovern.
So go to the next. We're on this one now, I think.
Fulton finishes up with a time of. Oh, clock hasn't stopped. 2:24 and counting.
So the second heat coming up for that will have a full pool in lane 1. Wojciak from Merrimack, John Stark with Ishak, Longvale, Knutson from Dover in 3, Katz from Dover in 4, Hutchinson from Merrimack, and Prevost from Merrimack in 5 and 6. Seems like a lot of times we see Dover really racing themselves.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong Dover team here tonight. The officials holding. Possibly for a scratch, last minute scratch. And as the swimmers take their blocks.
We have 1 through 6 up there on the pedestal. So.
As John Stark's Anna Ishak takes the pool. Definitely a strong swimmer. You can see all of her teammates down at this end of the pool screaming their lungs out. Very strong swimmer. Very strong. Very skilled. Been swimming for very, very long.
So she's in lane 2.
She is in lane 2. Coming into the flip turn, tied with lane 4. Katz from Dover. Like Katz and Ishak are tied for second behind
Longvale,
Longvale.
Knutson.
Very strong strokes from Anishak. Very, very large amounts of applause from her teammates and comrades.
It does seem to be a sport that they rally around each other quite a bit.
Definitely. As I said earlier, there's so much camaraderie and friendship in this sport. And there's camaraderie and friendship in every sport. I feel like...
And John Stark's going to take second.
Exactly. That's awesome. And people might say swimming's an individual sport. It's really not. It's really more of a team sport than an individual sport.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if there's any other sports that really compare like that, where it's the individual is certainly on display, but it is such a team event.
And it's almost a hybrid.
It is.
I hate to call it that. But you have your relays where it's really an interconnected team sport, and then you have your individual.
So the boys' 100-yard breaststroke, just two swimmers here, Allard from Dover and Whaley from Merrimack. They're within a second of each other for their split time, so this is going to be a good race.
I love how they have all the times going for the clocks there. There you go, deleting some of the times, making it a little less confusing for the people watching. Wow, synchronized as they go into their flip turn. Wow, it's about a head's distance. Dover's got a little bit of a lead as they go into the flip turn.
This turn's going to be huge.
It's definitely going to be huge, and it's definitely going to be a close race.
Merrimack making up a little bit of space there.
A little bit. Maybe he can pull the flip turn.
Dover's pulling away here.
Wow, Dover takes it by 2 seconds. Less than 2 seconds.
About what their seed times are.
Wow,
I mean,
that's amazing. That's
great
consistency is always amazing too.
It is. Again, that rhythm. Getting that rhythm down, you know.
Definitely getting the rhythm down.
So we have a 400-yard freestyle relay for the girls.
The Goffstown girls?
No, this is the
Oh, right. Goffstown girls are done.
Dover, Merrimack, Dover, 2,
Wow.
3, 4, 5. That sounds like some sort of playground. Red Rover.
Yeah, exactly.
Merrimack, Dover.
Call signs.
Extremely competitive coming into this first swimmers here.
Wow, Merrimack. Their team pulls ahead by about half a body length. But Dover definitely seems like they're catching up as they go into their second flip turn of the event. Merrimack, their second swimmer, keeping that margin just about the same, expanding it just a little bit, just to give them a little bit of wiggle room. But Dover also keeping up.
So they each do 400. They each do 400 yards in this one.
They each do 100 yards because
Gotcha.
there's 4 swimmers.
4 swimmers, 100.
Oh, my apologies. They have not sent in their second swimmer. Here comes the second swimmer from Merrimack. A little bit of silence as most of the teams leave.
Well, they're all going, hitting the showers and getting ready to go.
Definitely getting on their buses home.
So we head to the final 2 events.
It's pretty late here. It's about 9 o'clock. It's pretty late.
It's pretty late.
I'm getting a little tired. It's past my bedtime, honestly. Go to bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Sure
Yeah.
you do. And you do all your homework.
You think I'm joking,
never-
Adam?
you
You
never
think
talk
I'm joking?
back.
You think I'm joking?
Finish your dinner, right?
Yep. Pre-calc honors. No.
Oh, yeah?
No. Geometry open. Dover sending in their third swimmer. It looks like Merrimack will be sending in their fourth and final swimmer for this relay. Very strong. Merrimack and Dover seem like equally strong teams.
Very,
But
very strong.
it seems like Merrimack's been playing ahead just a little bit tonight. It'll be interesting to see how the results come out. I'm sure we can post them on the podcast or the athletics website when we get them.
So this is the home stretch here for Merrimack.
It is. Final seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
Final
Yeah.
swimmer.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we meant.
Yeah, I thought it was her last lap. Wow.
Me too.
I need to catch up on my swing.
I'll be completely honest.
I need to learn how to count. Definitely some encouragement from the Merrimack team. A lot of screaming.
In a good way.
Definitely a good way. Definitely positive screaming. Those chilling words: move,
Move.
move, swim. I guess you could say this meet tonight's going pretty swimmingly.
Yes. Yes. Have I ever told you you're hilarious?
Oh, thank you.
No. Have I ever told you that?
I
I don't think I
I
have.
think you might have once or twice, but
No.
I take it to the heart. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Can never get enough water, swimming, fish puns.
There are a lot of them.
There are.
You might say you have a whole pool to choose from.
Ha! Wow. Wow.
Come on, you can't out dad joke me. Right?
I don't
Yeah?
know. I don't know. I might be able to.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what tonight brings.
Getting a little bit punchy here in the last two races. That's all it is. Oh, and lane 3, we're going to have a winner. It's Dover.
Dover.
Followed closely by Merrimack.
And our last event of the night is boys 400-yard freestyle relay.
12-second difference there for first and second place. That's
Dover,
pretty close.
Dover and Merrimack with that boys relay. We'll see how that concludes.
Where do they hold the state final, the championships?
I believe it's UNH.
Makes sense.
Um,
They have a big pool.
yes, it's actually an amazing pool. I love their pool. It's great. It's very warm. They have cool swimming blocks. They have like the Olympic swimming blocks.
Nice.
Like they're adjustable. It's amazing. It's awesome. I have a huge viewing area.
So three lanes full in this one. We got Dover in 2, Dover
Yes.
in 3, Merrimack in 4.
Yes.
Fasano, Simpson, Haddad, Whaley in Merrimack for 4. Mahoney, Allo, DeAndrea, and Kerr in lane 3 for Dover. Long, Petrap, Kenyon, and Foley in lane 2.
I have a feeling I'm going to make a little bit of a wager. I'm going to say that Dover is going to come out on top here.
Lane 3 looks like the strong one to go for right now.
Wow. Just about a half a body length of his comrades, but still going first into that flip turn. And you know it's serious when you wear different swim bottoms from the rest of the swimmers. I don't want to call them bikini bottoms, but they're like diving shorts. They're very short.
Gotcha.
Definitely a little bit of a pull ahead for Dover as they send in their second swimmer. About 3 seconds ahead of their other team. About 9 seconds ahead of the Merrimack team. I definitely feel like the way this is going, Dover's gonna take that W. Gonna take that win.
Feeling strong in that one, huh?
Oh yeah. Don't fall, please.
I won't.
It's the last thing we need. Dover, very strong swimming tonight from the whole Dover team.
Well, they have such a big team here
They
and such a big
do.
program.
They do. They have a very big program here. I'm not exactly sure how many kids are on their swim team. It'd be interesting to find out.
taking a big lead here.
Definitely that third lane Dover team definitely pulling ahead.
Lane 2 for Dover, too, though, isn't that far behind.
No, it's about 3, 4, about 5 seconds behind. Wow, Dover lapping the Merrimack team. That's something you don't see very often in swimming, lapping.
Well, I think in a relay this long, there's always room for it.
Exactly. And in a relay, but then you could also take that lap back by sending in a different swimmer who has better or stronger legs or abilities. But as we've stated all throughout tonight, it's always a learning experience. It can definitely get heated and competitive, but it's in the long run or in the long swim, it's all about learning and coaching and helping other people to get better. This almost concludes our swim meet here tonight. I'd like to thank the YMCA Allard Center for hosting us. Definitely big thanks to them. Thanks to Adam McCune for coming out tonight, bringing all of his equipment. Thanks to all the teams that came out: Merrimack, Dover, Interlakes. I'm missing one. John Stark, exactly. We thank them for coming out. We invite them back. Yeah, definitely. That's great. That's awesome. As this concludes, the third lane Dover team takes the win. What do you know? I guessed it. What do you know? Are you... Ooh. Faster or slower? Oh. That's not bad at all. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wow. They definitely have a strong relay team, and they definitely have a strong team altogether, it looks like. Yes. The second Dover team taking second, followed very closely, about 2 body lengths, Merrimack with a time. 4 minutes, 26 seconds. It's been amazing, Adam. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I definitely look forward to maybe doing another swim meet in the future. Awesome. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Parker Bell. Signing off.